Jennifer, good morning to you.
Good morning, PJ. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a bit croaky this morning.
You're good.
Between all the serenading I was doing last night.
You're good, and a happy Valentine's Day to you.
And to you.
Online is the way now. Are the old ways completely gone?
Oh, God, I hope not. Genie, PJ, we're trying to keep the old ways alive. Well, what I say to people is we're like 21st century matchmakers. So it's very modern day matchmaking. And when people come to an agency, they're looking for a relationship. Now, we all know that people meet online, and lots of people meet their, partners and wives and husbands online. But a lot of people don't. And a lot of people find that when they go online, there's a lot of people there who are just looking for fun. They're just looking for a fling or as a hookup or whatever they call it now. But when somebody comes to an agency, they're actually looking for love. They want a long-term relationship. So it's a bit more serious, a bit more authentic.
Yeah. Some people meet by accident. Some people meet by design. Some people meet through friends. I mean, the way I met my wife, I tell this story. She approached me. I was the DJ at a party. She approached me to play a song. And I did. And to thank me for playing the song, she offered to buy me a pint, which she bought me, and I subsequently spilled it down her white dress.
And it only got better after that.
And it only got better after that.
I hope
and
so.
Lots of people, but I think does online do away with those kind of stories and those kind of very professional or very personal meetings?
Yeah, it does. Look, there's good and bad in everything. I mean, I've been that person. I was the one that was getting out there trying everything years ago because I wanted to meet somebody. And my attitude has always been, if you want something, go and get it. Get up and get out and make it happen. So I was trying everything. I was doing it online and the Tinders, and I tried all those things. And what I found is that I had some good experiences, but I had a really bad one. And that sort of finished me because I said, no, I'm not taking my safety for granted anymore. So it gave me a bit of a scare. And then I actually, believe it or not, typed into Google safe ways to meet somebody. And lots of things came up. I didn't even know agencies existed. But then I saw an agency and I went in, signed up, did the whole thing and met somebody and went into a long-term relationship with somebody. So it was from that I got the idea, well, maybe I should set up an agency myself. So I did. And then I suppose as well as that, my background is in psychology. I've always studied human behaviour, relationships for more years than I care to remember. And so because of my background and my skills and the fact that I'd had a good experience myself, I said, I'm going to set up Two's company and I'm going to be the one that's going to bring people together. Now, and 14 years later, I'm still doing it.
Good for you. Dating has changed. I think the kind of thing about going into the local shop and always the same young girl or young guy behind the till, and you strike up that conversation every morning when you're going to buy maybe your takeaway coffee or something. Listen, by the way, what time are you finished? Want to go for lunch? That kind of meeting, is that kind of gone now?
It is. I mean, we've all become so politically correct. And the thing about it is, I find even the younger generation, they're not meeting. I had a man rang me recently, and I think he was in his 60s, and he just said to me, my son actually advised me to ring you. And he said, because my son even said that even at his age, and he was in his early 30s, he said, we stay within our own groups, Dad. He said, we don't really mix. If it's not online that we're doing, well, then we don't really connect. So he just said to me, well, if there's no hope for the 30-year-olds, what hope is there for me in my 60s? And I said, exactly. So people are not mixing in the same way. I mean, Irish people have been known to be the most friendly and open people on the planet. And we are, and I hope we never lose that. But think about it. I mean, PJ, if you're in a waiting room, or you're on a bus or, a train nowadays, people don't talk to one another anymore. Like years ago, you would have just chatted to the person beside you. But if you do that now, people think you're odd, or are you strange, or what are you looking for? So the people are more nervous of that kind of engagement. So we have to be now looking at different ways. And although the internet is great, and it is, but like if you look at what's happening recently, and I've posted a lot of stuff on Facebook recently, they have this Tinder Swindler is on Netflix, and this program, and there's loads of scams. Last year I was invited on RTE News to talk about the scams that are going on out there. and to say that really people need to be careful. So it seems to be something that's happening more and more, and people have to be careful. So when they come to an agency, I interview everybody, so nobody gets beyond me. If I interview them, I get them to validate their identity. I know they are who they say they are. And people don't come to an agency, let's face it, unless they're actually looking for a relationship. We're, as I say to people, we're not so much a dating agency, we're a relationship agency for people who actually want long-term.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
People are more conscious as well. You made the point a while ago. We don't start conversations like we used to. We don't mix like we used to. People are quite rightly conscious now of who they're talking to. And guys have become very self-conscious as well about starting conversations with maybe women they've never met. And are we all very uptight these days?
Well, nobody wants to be rejected, and rejection can be very hurtful and it can knock someone's confidence. So if you are going up and approaching somebody, years ago, fueled by a few drinks, people would. But then the girls nowadays, they don't want to be approached by a guy whose, confidence is fueled by lots of alcohol. So that's gone out now. And if you're in a bar and somebody approaches you and there's a lot of loud music and, too many people find that afterwards they think, oh my God, what were we doing? Who was I talking to? Because they realise afterwards that maybe the person was very drunk, or maybe all the person was really looking for is a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And, that's where I suppose we sort it out. So we're the filter. We're not approached by people who just want a bit of fun. Obviously, we want them to have fun going out dating, meeting the people that we introduce them to, having a nice time, but with the same objective. So you got two people on the same page saying, yeah, I want to meet somebody for a relationship. I'd love to have a partner. And it's great when the person's on the same page. When you approach somebody or you're approached by somebody in a bar, you don't know really whether they're just interested in a one night, bit of fun, and that's it. And that doesn't do an awful lot for people's confidence. And
unfortunately, our trust of one another is gone, and in many cases, very rightly so. Your website is, Jennifer? It's
choosecompany.ie and www.choosecompany.ie. Okay. And our phone number, if anybody would like to ring, is 01 430 4017. And we've lots of members, thankfully, down in Cork, all over the country, but we've lots of people down in Cork. So if anybody's looking for something genuine, something authentic, and something private, which is really important, so they're not going public, putting up a photograph online. It's very private. So if they're looking for something more professional, well, certainly give us a call and we'll have a chat with them, and if we can look after them, well and good.
All right. choosecompany.ie. Jennifer Haskins, thank you